Catch and Kill by Ronan Farrow is a book that I own, but I did not read it physically. I got it on audiobook because I was stranded on the bus and I didn't have a book on me, so I just downloaded it from the library. This is a really interesting nonfiction book. I saw it on the shelf at Walmart a while ago. This is about Ronan Farrow. He's an investigative journalist, ex-lawyer, who was given a story because he was working for NBC and his show got canceled. And he was given a story about sexual harassment in the workplace. So he started investigating, and then he sort of uncovers the nasty layers of this dirty onion, because as he starts to find out more and more stuff about Harvey Weinstein, this book kind of explores the birth of the Me Too movement and all this weird conspiracy to sort of protect Harvey Weinstein and other major players that abuse their power. So it starts with two Black Cube agents. They are Israeli private investigators / mercenaries that are paid a lot of money to hack stuff and trail people. So Ronan doesn't even know that he's being stalked by these people, but as he starts trying to contact victims of Weinstein, he's basically stopped at every turn by his own people. And he starts talking to people and they end up not being on his side. And then there's just all sorts of interesting little things. This book basically feels like a giant expose, which is it's meant to be, but it's also like, feels like a cool All the President's Men type thriller. It has all those elements. The audiobook has some music in there. It's narrated by Ronan Farrow himself. So you get a nice emotional insight into his own life and his relationship with his sister Dylan. And there's also, they even get to put in the actual audio of Harvey Weinstein in that undercover sting. So knowing what we know now, we know that Harvey Weinstein's a monster. But back in the day, back before everything, the shit hit the fan, a lot of people just, it was kind of an open secret where people just sort of knew, but they didn't want to do anything about it because he was too powerful. And the book definitely explores all the different power aspects he has, because he has his fingers in all the different media outlets and people owe him favors. He's rubbed shoulders with almost everyone in the Hollywood biz, because they explore, like, his origins and like how he came to love film and be a distributor and get owned by Disney and all that stuff. So there's a lot of information in here, but it just, hearing it from the person who investigated it adds a nice touch of reality. It basically is like a real-life thriller, almost like a documentary, but not. But anyways, yeah, Catch and Kill is a fantastic read, nonfiction. I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be checking out Ronan Farrow's other book on foreign policy, just because this was enough to whet my appetite. But Catch and Kill is definitely an interesting read for sure. Trigger warning, for sure. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but there's a lot of like gross, icky stuff you find out, like, knowing what we know now, we know Harvey Weinstein was not a nice guy, but neither was Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer, oof. This book does not hold back on telling you how exactly they had harassed and did stuff to people and, used their power to hold leverage over them and punish their careers. So trigger warning for sure, but this book is very interesting and I definitely recommend it. I give it a 4 out of 5.